No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Honestly, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
How do you feel about the Spotify rap, Jermaine?
Oh.
I mean,
say it with your chest. 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 Say it with your chest.
Do you know what it is? I don't want to come across like I'm bitter or jaded or whatever, but the Spotify Wrapped is an inaccurate summary of where someone's at in their career.
100%.
Because I don't know whether this is down to the music being so saturated with so many different artists, but there's no way that I would have 10 million anything back in the day and not be absolutely famous out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I had 10 million something on SoundCloud, trust and believe, I'm everywhere. Because I don't see the sense in having them numbers and still walking the street and no one knowing who you are. That's just my personal thing. Like, and some people obviously can play, I don't know, be in a position where they're like, wow, that's because you ain't got 10 million, blah, blah, blah. But, but the fact of the matter is, both like, people don't know who we both are. Do you get what I'm saying? That I'm over here with my numbers and you got your 10 mil. We both are unknown, bro. So
10 million.
What is the point? And that's what I'm saying. Like, not to mention, obviously, how Spotify is raping all of us.
Oh, man.
It's funny how they're able to do that, yeah, but at the same time, they're still able to maintain this cool factor.
Right.
So I ask my question, why do I have a Spotify subscription and I don't have a Tidal subscription and I don't pay for Apple Music? Why do I have to ask myself that question? And my main problem with the Spotify Wrapped is just it not being a mirror image, as you say, of your earnings. It's that for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's so crazy how Spotify have made it so cool to shout from the rooftops about an achievement which gets you nothing.
Nothing.
Literally.
Oh, where's my tea?
Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes you feel so compelled to share this piece of information that doesn't forward you, like it doesn't reflect your bank account much in the way that
actually it's disrespecting you. It's disrespecting you.
Are just null and void.
This is it. This is it.
But they're telling you that in order for you to feed the algorithm, you need to release at least every 6 weeks. But with them 6 weeks may I release and the numbers when me I get, yeah, can I buy a Happy Meal?
Right.
Daylight robbery. And you want me to pour my blood, sweat, and tears into every song and sing out my throat,
and then
for my man who's doing with a auto-tune on 1,000 and then paying Paul, like I said, and then bang, 10 million streams.
A lot of people are going back to Bandcamp now, you know.
Listen, everything other than Spotify needs to be what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I literally reactivated my Tidal account.
Did you?
Yeah.
I reactivated my Tidal account.
Did you do? Look at
and I went on my song.
That's right.
Left that shit on repeat, fam.
Right.
Yeah. Because if I'm paying I'm paying a subscription for the world's music, right? Let's really dissect how this works. I'm paying a monthly subscription to access the world's music, okay? So isn't it like if I stream my own thing constantly, is that like free money?
Paying for or free money, or you're paying for your subscription by streaming your own thing.
Yeah.
Did you cancel your Spotify subscription though?
No, I didn't.
So you got both. Oh, you have money.
Innit?
Now, do you know what it is? I know that people use Spotify like a fucking business card, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, this is my Spotify, guys.
Yeah, this is my Spotify. But so the question is now, is this like, I don't know if they do or not, because I'm not too familiar with the platform, but do Tidal and Apple Music need to follow suit in order for artists to be more compelled to kind of like do they do a Wrapped? Do they have, I know Apple Music have a platform for the artists, but I don't know about Tidal. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
Tidal's interface needs a lot of work.
It does.
Their whole setup,
really
and
does.
just to make it user friendly, this buffering thing needs to gear out.
I signed up for a couple of months and I was like, aside from the catalog not being as backdated as maybe like, you know, Spotify music, that buffering thing was driving me nuts.
I was like, I'm pressing play. Why is it taking 20 seconds? God forbid I ain't got no reception or whatsoever. Your song's not playing, bruv, until you come through the other side of the tunnel.
Yeah, and we're spoiled as well, innit? We're spoiled with that.
This is it.
Click, tap, let's go.
And obviously, I don't want to be like, I hate when it sounds like I'm just complaining and not trying to fix my situation. But if I'm not I'm just an artist, and that's what people need to realize. That a lot of us are out here, and all we ever wanted to do was just sing, and now we're having to diversify and do all this extra shit. Like, I just wanted to sing, bro, and I probably would have just been singing had like, and I hate to sound like a fucking old fogey, but like, had things not changed and switched up, like a lot of us would be in better financial situations, obviously, but a lot of us wouldn't have to try and be influencers and do extra shit on the side and blah, blah, blah. Like, we'd be eating off our music. And, you know, I think you said it in a clubhouse one time, you just have to evolve or die. And I get it. Yeah. But also I'm definitely in the frame of mind where I'm like, if I apply for a job and 6 months into the job, my job description and what's required of me changes, why am I still at that job? Why am I still sitting?
But the thing, when you think about your job, you're thinking about a job means to an end, and something that you do in order for you to have the luxuries in life that you want. But we never came into it. We never came into music with that. We never did.
This is it.
We never came into this thing strategically. We came in with talent,
with the passion and
gall, passion, and just fire in our belly.
That's it.
This is it.
That's it.
And unfortunately, now in this day and age, like, dare I say, nobody fucking cares, bruv.
This is it.
And it's become a job.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
I never ever felt burdened or like, when it came to my own shit. Like,
Same.
Why am I, you know, you've got to go down to blah, 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 and you've got to record this for blah, 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 and you've got to just speak to camera 2 seconds. Oh my gosh. Man has to do all the things now.
It's true, isn't it? It's true. You got to do this drop. You got to do that drop. You got to send this press release to this blog. You got to follow this person. You got to go do a Triller. Now you got to go do a TikTok.
Your TikTok has to be popping, and now you have to try think of a clever way to break your song on TikTok so it can reflect in your streams.
It's mad.
And you have to come up with choreography for your new single so other people can do the dance on TikTok. And then your reels have to be looking like a fucking comedy sketch on Instagram.
Right. Be a personality. Show people like what? What?
Am I Richard Pryor?
There's a massive part of that I thoroughly enjoy.
I get that. I get.
We're entertained by it.
No, but I enjoy doing it. Am I the only one? Huh?
Oh, no, you're good.
You're
good because I hate.
No. You know what it is?
I enjoy it.
I understand when it's at your own leisure, right? But how being an artist is that it's required regardless, unless you want to go the slow way around this thing. And then some could argue, oh, why don't you just be dope and then you could just rely on your music? It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. But like,
please.
Like, shut up. Like, come on now, bro. Like, let's look at just beat the catalog, bro. Like, do you get me? Like, it's a whole different ball game now.
It is, man.
And yeah, like the Teyana Taylors, we spoke about it last time, innit? Like, we spoke about her retiring last time.
I'm not even sure. No, we didn't. I think we didn't. How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that? Like,
how did I feel? I said, yes, babe. Take care of your pitney and your mental health.
I get it.
So you know what the other argument was? The other argument was though, like, and this is always going to be, you know, the other part of that was the other argument. So there are a lot of us that understood like where she was coming from, that feeling and why she articulated that. But then there's the other side where you're sitting on 169 million streams. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's that grateful? Actually, you're here. You haven't been nominated for an award, but actually, your fans are keeping you in these streets. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah, but it's all relative, innit? Because the goalpost is going to consistently move the more that you do. And for what she's been doing for years,
15 years,
like over a decade, she should be
recognized for it.
100%, like ridiculously so much more than she is. So her level of exhaustion is just different to what I guess that we can relate to. And you know what it is? It's when you know how much, when you know that you're dope, and that she puts it together, and how much she's having to fight to just be an artist.
To be a woman, a black woman.
So exhausting. Like, and also being signed by another artist who is extremely successful, but is not pushing your thing. Like, what is that going to do for you inside your heart and your mind?
It's true.
And you look ridiculous.
Yes.
Your product is ridiculous. Like, you're an innovator, you're a showman, you do everything, you're relatable, your wife, mum, girl next door.
Right.
What the backside? No.
She's dancing her ass off like no other female.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's a bit mad.
It's mad. It's mad that we're all in the same boat, just like that, just different decks. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all kind 100%. Of feeling the same way. Like, none of us are like, it's a universal thing. Every artist feels the way she does. It's just obviously amplified because she's up here. Do you know what I mean? Like, her thing's a little bit more concentrated.
And outside of obviously the passion side of it, she's looking at her different accounts. She's like, what am I doing this music shit for?
This is why Rihanna's gone. Rihanna's not coming back. Rihanna is not going to give us another album.
Rihanna will have to be bored to come back.
Why did I just spend a year and a half literally penning this album, gathering, harvesting this production, the features, the styling? I'm literally bending over backwards doing all the things, and then I'm going to see shillings in my account in comparison to my modeling contracts, my director checks, my TV network stuff. Like, she's like, what?
It don't make sense, does it?
But you know what I love about it though? It's just like, it encourages people to explore, because we're so hell-bent on this, innit? We're so hell-bent on music, and then like, she's actually owning the fact that I'm a creative. So I'm going to go and explore this. And it's not going to take away from me as an artist, because if I want to come back in 2, 3, 4, 5 years time and drop an album, chat to me, innit? But I'm taking some time to explore other areas of my life that I can definitely flourish in if I give it more time.
Yeah.
And I give it more of my undivided attention. And I love that part of it. I love that part of it, because obviously she said she was retiring from music, and boom, it's like, I'm creative director of Pretty Little Thing. It's like, okay, babes, boss team.
Right.
You are right. Everything is
this
all
is
right.
it. I like the part where she told the fans that they're selfish.
Yeah, yes. Oh. Yeah.
Why don't you just do this for the babe?
Right.
Flaming life is like.
This is it. A lot of people have opinions on things they have no idea about.
Right. And they forget people can actually be very happy with their flaming family. How about that?
That reminds me. There's my Shaka take from the last podcast. I want to run something back, mainly because I've been
too late.
Mainly because, right, I have been absorbing a lot of Shaka's stuff recently. I literally went on YouTube and watched all of his acoustic performances and his videos and stuff, and his Tribe Tuesdays and all this type of stuff. And he's absolutely insane. Like you said, like I reiterate that he's definitely a musical genius out here, making bangers in half an hour to an hour, like it's nothing, right? But one thing that I don't particularly like, and which is what I essentially did last time, was assume that he's not happy in the position that he's in right now. Because he looks like he's having an absolute blast. He's living the dream, so to speak, in terms of being able to have the budget to shoot videos and go studio and work with, super talented people, the likes of Wretch Free too. And it's kind of like, I just want to, and I haven't heard him say that he's not happy with where he's at. So I would like to renege my opinion of, but obviously it came from a place of me wanting to see him on a global stage, innit? So it came from love, obviously, but like he's just dropped his new single, videos dope, songs dope, like so dope. So it's just kind of like we all definitely want our the people that we're fans of to be further along or bigger. Like, it's just a natural thing, isn't it? But I just like to kind of fix that, because he might just literally be exactly where he wants to be and be moving behind the scenes in a way that is, he's going to prosper in like a year, 2 years, 5 years or whatever. So again, all the best to him. And I will say again, like he's one of the best that we've ever had, and one of the best that we've got still doing it. Another person who I'm definitely guilty of doing that for is Jessie. Jessie J, because she's so talented, I've stopped doing it with Jessie, but I feel like a lot of her fan base do it. In terms of like, why isn't she here? Why isn't she singing this? Why don't she do this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, because her voice is so amazing, this, that, whatever. But we don't hear enough from her to know that she's not exactly doing what she wants to do or where she's at. All we ever hear is that, she just wants to be heralded forever and ever, amen, as one of the greatest singers to ever live. But we don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But I know that she's, as someone who represents this country vocally, who's absolutely just incredible, I feel like she's what her fan base and people who not even like hardcore fans like kind of give her a hard time, especially after the Chinese TV show and all them things where she had to like defend herself and be like, I actually wanted to do that and like have that as a notch on my belt and all these types of things. Like, I just wanted to to touch upon that, because like myself as well, I've been under a microscope because because I've been here for so long, haven't gone to America, I haven't blown in this way, shape or form, and blah, blah, blah. And then I had to like, you know, explain to people like, actually, I'm cool, you know, like I've got other things happening that obviously haven't blown yet on a global scale, but it takes time to stop and work on things, get them right, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up for a minute and kill something, and then get that elevated to a level where you can obviously have more to show at the end of the day. But yeah, I don't like when people do it to me, so I didn't want to do it to Shaka.
You know what, as well? I think what we need to stop, and yeah, it was a conversation that I heard in Clubhouse. I think to stop doing is calling people underrated.
Yeah, man.
And somebody said it, I can't even remember who said it, but somebody said the more you do that to people, yeah, it stains them.
Yeah, it does.
Really stains them. And people keep like shouting it. They're trying to do everything that they can do, or they're doing loads of things that they want to do, and they're living their truth, and they're expressing themselves creatively, and people keep saying, no man, this person's underrated. It just leaves them with this stigma. And if you keep saying it over a period of time, whether it be months or years, what happens is, if they don't grow in a time where people expect them to grow, or they don't elevate this way that they expect to elevate in people's time frame that they put in their mind, in whichever way that people say that their definition of success is, they fall into that gray area of being talented, being underrated, but never popping. And then that makes them, people shun them.
Right.
We have to stop doing that, because it doesn't do the artist any favors.
Right.
And it's funny because when they're in that gray area, they could work with whoever, like they could work with Nile Rodgers or Jay-Z or something like that. But because you've put them in that box in your mind, you don't even know what they've got popping right now. And you haven't even stopped to check for them to know that they're actually killing it. They could have literally just written this musical score for a Netflix TV show, but you won't know that because you've just shoved them into that, man, they're underrated. Anyway, underrated. Let's go back to who else is on the top of the charts right now, killing it commercially. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. That's really powerful.
Dope, you just have to just say they're fucking dope. That's
and
it.
That's it. Leave it at that, innit?
And do your part as the fan to spread the word.
Shout it from the roof. If you feel that, you feel that, and don't think anybody else is saying that. You can't control what everybody else is saying, or you can't control what the machine thinks it wants to push, or thinks it wants to endorse. Just proclaim or just share what you feel about it and keep it pushing.
But people, social media is rife with sheep, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? You're not going to post anything that's not going to be of popular opinion because it's about likes and blah 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 blah. So like, to step out of that, I actually feel so good about myself when I post something that I know is not just, everyone likes this. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's like, guys, watch this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I like when I feel like I'm educating people to some old shit or some new shit or whatever. It's not the public vote. Do you get what I'm saying? The most popular thing, because I know that I'm doing my part for whatever I'm a fan of, But people don't think like that, right?
They don't. Now that's the scary thing, man. This lack of individualism is very scary to me. That we can't have opposing views, or we can't disagree, or I can't think this and you can't think that. We all must think. That's very scary to me, because that's not that's not the world we need to be living in. It doesn't make sense.
Bro, and you know what that leads me on to that thought of like, you know, when some people
I love when Cherry does this, you know.
When you said earlier what pisses me off. You know them people that are like, oh, they get on with everyone, and if someone doesn't get on with them, that means that person's got bad energy.
Toxic.
Let me tell you something. There is something I hate more. There is nothing I hate more than that statement, because do you know what? It's actually okay, yeah?
Right.
Not to like everyone and not to be liked by anyone. That's okay.
Okay.
Somebody tweeted it the other day and she was like, oh, people that have a problem with me, they got their own issues that they need to deal with. No, babe. Maybe they just
like you. Right.
Accept that part. Yeah, accept that part. Just why don't you embrace the part where they don't like you and what's going on there?
And be okay with that.
Yeah.
We're not friends. You can't be friends with everyone.
Right. Like, because if you are, I feel like that's a major issue if you are. What do you stand for?
Right.
Life. It's not life. There's no way you can walk through this life and everyone like you. You're right. You can't stand for anything. Yeah. You're vanilla. You're this to this person, and over here you're something else. You can't. It don't make sense.
And unforgettable.
Nice I'm
not saying like go around just like slapping people, like, but like just meet, like I said, stand for something, like believe in something that is not just I hate you know I hate them type of people, like see, if you have a confrontation with someone, yeah, I hate that middle person who tries to just be like, I didn't say that, but he said that, and then they go to the other person and say like, oh well, yeah, you're right about that. I don't know why he said that. Oh, guys, can you be on a side and say how you feel, bro? I hate that middle person.
Or the ones that was like, oh, guys, let's just stop this. Like, anything that's confrontational, whatever. You know, like, people can't take you know, like, they just say confront. I can't even get the words out.
They can't be confrontational at all, yeah.
As aggression.
Yes.
Run something doesn't mean I'm gonna fight you, you know. The word confrontation is just about facing and addressing something.
Thank you.
It's gonna be a beef.
Much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You know,
and a lot of the time,
go, Jay.
A lot of the time, them people that don't like confrontation are the lions.
Yeah? Right.
They are.
Get out of confrontation. Did you finish the tissue, bro? No, I didn't even see that. I got my own tissue in my room, you know. I didn't even use what brand is that? I don't even use Cushell, bro. I'm a Kleenex man for real, you know. Lying. I saw you do last night.
Right. I heard it. I heard you in there.
I heard it. I smelled it, mate.
Oh, crazy.
Exit.
You know what's funny about confrontation?
And I saw the dry roll on the thing.
Oh my God, Jermaine.
What's funny about confrontation is, like, before we came on camera, obviously I was talking to my wife about certain things. You might were joking about, are we arguing? And I made a joke. Say, obviously we talk like this to each other all the time. And the truth is, right, especially in relationships, and sometimes I hate this. I hate the narrative about everything has to be happy and nice, and that's the only way to sustain a relationship. But actually, your confrontation has kept our relationship alive. Like 10 years in marriage is because actually I'm gonna check you on certain. I'm gonna check you on a thing.
You have to.
And you're gonna have to come and tell me why, and we're gonna have to find some middle ground or disagree, but learn each other and move forward. And and for me, this goes back to the Mark situation. Do you know what I mean? It's like you said, the people around him are not confronting him. They're just letting him get away with bollocks. And that's why he's going through life like Sideman said, bulldozing his way through life and thinks that's the way. When actually, no, you can be checked, and you can be like someone can pull you up on something, and you can be wrong.
And there's a lot of people in relationships like that. Like, do you remember? What is that movie, man, with Nia Long and Taye Diggs and the man with the dreads and the light skin being? Was it?
God.
Best Man.
Is the best man, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah, it is.
And yeah. And you see, when the dreadlock man eventually gets with the stripper beans, because he's just being mentally battered by my girl,
Shelby.
And it's like, oh my God. I don't hit women, yeah? But I'll shake the shit at you.
I'll shake
the shit out your ass. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. I can see her face. Do you know what it's like? It's like, yeah, like he never, like she just ran the thing to the point where he ran away. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you don't stand up for yourself and say your piece and the person's receptive to that, it's like, obviously, I'm not sure how long you've been married for, but it's birthed a healthy relationship and a marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? You got Pitney. Do you get me? Like, you need to have that mutual understanding. And like you said, I'm so glad you said this as well, like, learn the other person. Because not all the time it has to be like, okay, cool, this is not what I like. I don't like this, and this is what they do. But there has to be some level. I'm sure like your wife accepts you on some level. You know what? I expect him to do that, and I love him because that's just who he is. And do you get what I'm saying? Like, learn the other person as well. Don't just be this fucking brick wall that is like, this is how it goes and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm not standing for blah, blah, and because your girls or whoever's in your ear is chatting shit with their single selves. You get me? Like, you have to, like, it's a partnership. It is a partnership through and through. And I hate when I do see dictatorships in relationships.
Same. And that's what we're seeing online. That's exactly what we're seeing online, is this one view rules them all. And if you disagree, you're the even what they did to is it Letitia Wright? Over the
what happened to her again?
I missed that.
The vaccine thing. So there are levels to it. So
let's talk about this vaccine.
She's Jermaine.
What? What did you say, Jermaine?
In trouble.
Let's talk about the vaccine, yeah.